What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to FudgeMuppet. I'm Scott, and today we have a beautiful video for you, one to show off all the archery prowess we've created for you in the form of amazing builds. This is our top 5 archery builds. We scoured through the long history of all our FudgeMuppet builds, dating all the way back to good old 2013, and we found our favorite archers. This is for you guys out there who are having difficulty deciding what build to play for Skyrim, so if your question is to us, what archery build would you recommend I play, then this video will answer that question. Here are our top 5 picks that we would recommend to anyone wanting to shoot some bullseyes with the speed of Sonic the Hedgehog. Quick reminder, these are not in any particular order, just our top 5, and all the builds mentioned will be linked below in the description. Now, first, you want to celebrate one of our oldest builds on the channel, and in fact our very first archery build, so a lot of heart was poured into this one. This was a character formed from one of my own personal playthroughs. It was my favorite way to play a Bosma, so we just had to share it with you guys. This is the ultimate Wood Elf experience. The aesthetic is very classical Wood Elf, donning hunter-like gear including the boots and gauntlets of the old gods, as well as Saviour's hide to give her that wild predator appearance. The boots and gauntlets are especially useful as they come with enchantments, granting bonuses to sneak and archery, but we can't forget to talk about the most fundamental part of an archer, her bow. She wields the glass bow of the Stag Prince, which fits in beautifully with the role-playing, which we will get to in a moment. The enchantment reads as follows: the wielder receives an increasingly powerful blessing for every 20 animals killed by the bow. This actually results in boosts to health and stamina with more animals killed, which, by the way, is a fundamental part of her role-playing and playstyle. You see, the Pathfinder is a true Wood Elf and adherent to the Green Pact, meaning she will never harm vegetation and subsists on only meat, mainly from animals that she kills. By the end of your playthrough with this build, you will be the most powerful predator in all the land of Skyrim. Next, we have to talk about one of my favorite factions in the Elder Scrolls. Particularly, we are talking about a build that belongs to this faction. I hope you're in the mood for some cold-blooded killing, because today I have for you the Morag Tong Assassin. This is a versatile Dunmer assassin utilizing stealth, bow and blade to decimate his opponents. Perhaps you are curious about who these Morag Tong even are. Well, as someone who is a raging hard-on for Dark Elves and all their culture, 100% confirmed Dunmer weeb, let me tell you all about them. The Morag Tong themselves were a legally sanctioned assassins organization based in Morrowind. They worshipped Mephala and operated in accordance with her teachings that the Chimer were given. They were provided writs of execution that carried a seal, allowing them to legally execute targets. Morag Tong would often kill their targets even without witness, but they would turn themselves into the authorities, presenting their legal writ of execution. Well, this guy, our Morag Tong assassin, was trained from the time he was a boy to be as competent and proficient at killing as these guys were. He uses a combination of his archery skill along with his throat-slitting abilities and illusion magic, allowing him to dash into the darkness as an invisible shade and then force friends to kill each other with frenzy. If you're looking for a classical stealth archer assassin build with a spicy Dunmer flavor, then look no further than the Morag Tong Assassin. Now here comes the special sauce, guys, and I'm not talking about the kinds that leaves you shitting your pants for 3 days straight. Actually, come to think of it, this build might leave you shitting your pants only because it's the best damn archer you've ever seen. This is the Windrunner build. She is as fast as the wind and shoots arrows like Drew drinks beer. Really bloody fast. The only catch is that it relies on the Ordinator perk overhaul mod. Normally we wouldn't include modded builds on these lists, but this one is just too damn good that we had to make it an exception. It's insane. I mean, just look at it go, running around the battlefield like Barry Allen, avoiding melee opponents left, right and center. You may as well call this build MC Hammer, because there is no way in hell that you can touch this build with a blade. The next crazy ass thing about this build is that it only uses 2 skills, and I'm not kidding. Only light armor and archery. Now this becomes feasible because of the vast amount of perks to choose from that come with the Ordinator perk overhaul mod. The results are a blur of blinding speed and barrage of arrows entering your enemy's skulls. So if you're looking for the absolute most fun archery build and you have access to mods, you simply have to try the Windrunner build. A lot of you guys love fantasy games like the Elder Scrolls for all the mystical atmosphere and wondrous places. Now, what can get more mystical and wondrous than magic itself? So for those of you in need of that magic in your playthrough, we have the Witch Hunter, the ultimate synergy of Archer and Mage. The character is based upon the classic class option from the older Elder Scrolls games, called the Witch Hunter. This Breton has more tricks up his sleeve than clowns coming out of a tiny ass car. He will be performing the conjuring of deadly flame atronachs, shooting elemental destruction spells flung from his fingers, and using a sleek ebony bow that is enchanted with fiery soul trap and shock damage, allowing for ultimate destructive mayhem. Now you may be wondering about the cap. Why does this Witch Hunter wear some peasant looking cap? Well, my young lad, you have to go back to the classics. Even the aesthetic is reminiscent of the class depiction in Oblivion. All those classic clothes are enchanted anyways, which makes you a fully certified badass with increases in archery damage and reduction in those taxing magicka costs. So if you absolutely love the idea of a magic archery combination, I highly encourage you give this build a crack. The last of our top 5 builds is a special one. It's so special it warms our heart, which is funny considering how cold-hearted this bitch is. This is the Banshee, and it's the closest you're going to get to the Windrunner without mods. This may as well be called the Matrix build. Neo has declared that you are the chosen one to play this build and enjoy all the slow time action you could want on the big screen. Now, I do have to warn you all, you may need the unofficial patch or some kind of fix because silly Bethesda in one of their last patches for Skyrim completely screwed up the slow time shout, also making you as slow as your enemies. But as you can see here, that was not the case. Look, anyways, let's not bash Bethesda for their bug-loving madness, and let's focus on what this sinister and sensational build can do. One of the most fundamental aspects of this build is that it is a vampire, and what makes a vampire even better? The Necromage perk. And why is that? Because the Necromage perk increases effects on undead. And what is a vampire? Undead. So when this sick puppy uses a Necromage perk in combination with vampirism and dragon aspect and the slow time shout, you get a very slowed down enemy and a whole lot of reaction time, perfect for that trick shot archer. The slow time shout itself is boosted by the effects of Necromage, allowing you some super slow action. It has to be some of the most fun that I've had in vanilla Skyrim using a bow. However, it is unfortunate that fully patched vanilla Skyrim can have a problem with the slow time, but I don't know what else to recommend besides an unofficial patch or simply removing the official patches that caused it. It truly is one of the greatest Skyrim experiences. To be honest, the slow time dragon aspect vampire necromage combo is amazing for any style of play, but the archery just makes it that little bit cooler. So there you have it, guys, our top 5 recommendations for archery builds. So if you've been looking out for another reason to jump back into Skyrim, specifically with a bow, then this was the video for you. I hope it has helped you out. If you have any questions for us and want to just interact with us, our Twitter links are in the description along with our other social media accounts. All of the builds mentioned are linked below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Your support means a lot to us, and these videos give us a chance to continue providing for you guys, making it easier to enjoy Skyrim. So big thanks from all of us. I'm Scott from FudgeMuppet, and I'll see you next time.